hiding from Mama Lou. Mama Lou, I see you.
You hiding from me? I hiding from you?
You hiding from me?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah, man. In the back end,
Careful with that pipe, Lou. Don't put too pressure on it.
a nice job to...
Yeah, man, they got a nice job here. This is a real faithful orange tree, right?
What? Look, I get two while I'm working, you know.
Very, what? Mama Lou, you're an easy girl. 2 oranges there.
One for me and one for you, boy.
Very good, very good. Your hat came off, Louis. Your hat.
Okay. It's what?
No, it's... Mama Lou cannot resist pruning trees, pulling weeds. She knows how to blend things. Wow.
That one is sick.
Oh, yes. Take it. Your hat is already off her head again.
Okay. See that? Dry branch.
Here you are. Hello.
See this? Need to cut it. See, new buds coming there.
Mm-hmm.
New fruit.
New fruit.
But you're not Nancy boy. I'm glad you're coming out.
Why?
Because it has some oranges to pick.
Okay.
And you see how I clean up all here?
I'm gonna check it out.
Dry leaves. How it looking?
Oh, yes. Okay, so the evidence of dry leaves being plucked. Here it is, all the dry leaves.
Mama Lou, big job. Okay. Country life in the city, boy.
Hey, Mom, you know what that is?
The fruits.
Watch me. If that should get away and drop on your delicate head or my
All right.
handsome head, we're gonna be in trouble.
All right, well, let me hold that for you.
Okay, you hold it.
Let us see. Let them see you have boy days too.
Boy, days we were stoning mangoes and climbing tree for orange, you know.
Bingo!
Okay.
Another one. Bingo! Boy, you better than me, boy.
Well, this is a modern way of doing things, you know.
I'll look one up there.
But you know what you have to be careful with? That this blade, this does not come loose.
Bingo!
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
All right, it hook up.
Where is it?
I'll look one up there.
All right, hold on a second. Don't be careful. Step right.
And Papa Lance having some boy days.
This is not more. This is modern days.
In your days, you'll be stoning it.
My days I'll be climbing the tree.
What? And you catch it too?
No, I missed.
Oh,
That was one of
gosh.
the
Come on,
specialties,
come
yeah?
on. Let me see you pick one and you catch it. Oh, gosh, my lad, see.
Getting excited here, man.
All right, you have to catch that one, eh?
No. It's going to fall between the branches. Oh, boy.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
At least they're clearing the tree for the girls, huh?
Exactly. So the next time, you'll get some more fruits.
Oh, no.
Great.
Okay. Papa Lance has had enough.
Boy days. Well, now what I want you to do is go get a knife
Wait. Hold on.
and let me peel some oranges. The beauty is to sit down and suck some of these oranges, you know.
Yeah. But you need a sharp knife, eh?
Yeah.
You going for the knife?
No. I tired now.
Impossible.
You know when you come, I finish work. You might have picked about 6, eh?
Maybe.
You feel like you're in Cora?
No, I feel like I'm in San Fernando.
But you know, it's the first time I see these oranges get yellow. Normally, they're big and green skin and they're good. So the hot sun must have
Yeah, the hot sun.
made them yellow. Usually, they look like, I picked these two. Usually that's what they look like. But I notice now that Lance's
Hold on a second. Hold on.
yellow. So you're gonna go get a knife?
Watch me. Watch me, Henry. You go get in there, please.
I wonder if
So-
Anna want one or two.
Carry it, yeah. Go ahead.
Share, you can't take all, right?
No. Okay, so. So we got a couple of them off the tree. You like my pigtail?
Wow, you actually peel an orange to the finish without breaking it?
I did that with the first one, and I believe I can do it with the second one.
Very
Right.
good.
Now, don't distract me. It's a delicate situation right here. Delicate, you see? Ah, look at this here. Look at this. Long time.
Yay!
Long
Very
time.
good.
You know what people would have done, the old people in the old homes?
Keep that to make
Keep
for,
this to dry, and you have orange peel tea.
and that is really break gas, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do with this now?
Well, I doubt Alana will keep that.
So, the hour.
So it's now 100, right?
Yeah, but I'll give you this one because this one seems to be the better one. Right?
Well, watch me now. I want to sit down now. I feel a little tired.
So, no. Come.
When I go down, I can't come up.
No. This is easy. This is not too bad. Mama, no, you can't come up.
You know, I
Hold it
noticed.
carefully. Right.
I noticed something over the years that you always cut an orange with one piece 20% and the next piece 80%.
Uh-huh.
Why do you do it like that?
Well,
Look at that. This is 20 and this is 80.
well, the
This
vendors,
is not 50-50.
I am doing it the way the vendors used to do it. You left the express at night.
That's how they do
selling
it.
oranges. They cut the top part small, and they drop a little salt on it. And here now, that does it real nice.
Well, my papa
Your papa.
used to always cut it 50-50
Uh-huh.
because one child getting half orange.
Well, he had to be precise, eh? So he needed about 20 oranges.
10.
Oh my. How's it tasting? Good?
Green skin but sweet.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to give it this because I come like 80%.
All right, man. We okay.
I cut in the next one, eh? Half and half. Real good, eh?
I ain't fooling you. For an old tree, the oranges are still good.
No, this tree is first class.
This tree is very faithful, eh?
Yeah, it need a proper pruning. I can't reach to the top. So we go in now. Watch it, Clancy.
Watch your hands.
We go in 50-50. So I supposed to get the bigger half.
That's okay. Well, you know, Lou, it's nice to just sit down here. Sit down here and just chat. He's sucking an orange. Yeah.
Lance, you remember when here, all in the back there was cane field?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 30 years ago, in the back there was only cane field.
Over there were no houses, you know.
These houses built about 5 years now.
And they're pretty good. Yeah, man.
And it's juicy. They really say better to suck the fruit than to make juice, you know. Because there's no added sugar here. and you're getting your straight fresh juice.
But there's sugar in this fruit.
But it's not added sugar. Natural sugar. I feel like I need 6 more oranges.
Well, you just gotta climb the tree now. So, Louise, what are your expectations of life, seeing that you're moving on in age?
Well, I like your word. I like the word you use, expectation. You know, when I was younger, I had expectations. Expectations about children, but with years of experience, you learn and you realize that children have their own life. And when a child is unmarried, the child is yours. The child is yours because there is no other influence. When a child gets married, the Bible says, leave and cleave to your wife. Right? Now, sometimes that could be exploited. Sometimes that's part of scripture. A child may read that. A partner might quote it for them and say, look, the Bible says, leave your family and cleave to your husband. Or, work it out with your wife. As years go by, I recognize that children, when they become married, they have their own nest. And they build their nests. And there will be times, maybe, if a child have been connected to you and trust your judgment.
Listen to me?
Yeah. They may come and ask you advice, and you give them advice. And they don't necessarily have to take it because your mother tell you or your father tell you. Because they have their own family to work out things. So, having expectations can be very disappointing. Because your expectation, for one, in a family, if there are children and you're a bonded family, your expectation will be on either side that whatever happened at home will continue. And as a parent, I thought that way. And which is to say that when you say you think it will continue, that is to say that if the norm was you went to the beach on a Saturday, you probably will expect that it will continue and it's an addition into the family. But remember, that person's partner might have a different background. And expectation is made by his family or her family. So you set up yourself when you have expectations. Because when a child, as I say, before a child is married, the child is yours to plan and make plans for and include it in plan.
So actually, what you're saying, what I'm reading into this is this. It is not advisable, mind the word, it is not advisable to have expectations when your children are grown and they begin to seek their own partners, right?
Yes.
But what you have to prepare for is adjustments.
That's right.
You have to prepare for adjustments.
Yeah, and not have expectations as the highlight.
Right.
Because you are going to get disappointed. Because really, when a child gets married, whether it's a woman or a man, they have to have a life. And they're going in, I have my opinion, I have my background, you have your opinion, you have your background. But when you come together, there's certain compromise. But many times in a marriage, compromises are beautiful. If there's compromise in a marriage, it's a marriage that is workable. But sometimes there are no compromise on one other person's part. One other person manageship, whether it is wife, whether it's the husband. And that person who is in control will be thinking and planning contrary to what your plans were. So compromise is, what I always say, it's a beautiful thing. If it is, when we got married, we didn't live with our in-laws, but we visited them
Yeah.
I won't say every weekend, but at least they got 2 weekends a month. And the other 2 weekends, we did what we wanted to do, which was sometimes go to Ikakas and sometimes just be at home and do something we want to do. So that's a compromise. You
Okay.
balance the ship. But there are times when people get married, when one party, whether it's the husband or the wife, that one person makes all the decision and have no consideration for the other person.
That's a very stifling arrangement.
That's a very stifling arrangement, and you are going to burst at the seams. You will compromise, because it then comes, the compromise is only you. 100% compromise is belonging to the person who probably don't want a conflict, don't want a fight, and you're just going along with the other person.
That is
But
so
believe you me, such a relationship is not going to last very long.
No. Without an
Because
explosion.
because life is 50-50. Today I win, tomorrow you win. But I can't win 100%. Neither can you win 100%. Because if you win in 100%, I stifle 100%.
That's right.
So yes, I will say that,
So how does that person who is at a disadvantage correct such a situation?
well, I think that has to happen in early marriage.
Or you think
Because-
that's a discussion before marriage?
Or if you did, it should be discussed before marriage. Because marriage has a lot of give and take, a lot of adjustments. It's a brand new life to you and it's a brand new life to me. So what will usually happen is the stronger personality takes the lead and you fit in. You start off on the wrong foot. Because if you compromise for the first 10 years and then you start to feel, oh gosh, boy, I'm not able with this thing, I'm bursting. And you know that after 10 years, you never complain, you just went along. You want to turn around 360 degrees. What's going to happen? What? Where you getting your advice from? Who telling you to do this? Look, you better continue as you're going, eh? Your
And
bubble
by,
burst.
and by then,
You have children.
that's right, you
You
have
have children.
complications now if you want to do something, eh?
That's right.
You don't have the freedom to correct.
So it's either you burst or you bust it.
Burst or bust, eh?
Yeah, burst or bust. So I will say that is topics, instead of just only love, where are we going tonight? We're going to party tonight. Tomorrow night we're going tomorrow we're going on the beach line. The next night thing.
Oh, we stay home all the time. Or we stay home wrong the clock. Now that is also a threat, eh?
Yeah. So
Sanity.
people need to communicate. There are a lot of things for those of you who have it all fairy tale that you're getting married and we're gonna live happily ever after. No. Be practical and discuss topics.
Right.
Discuss. I didn't say quarrel. Discuss your topics. Where are we going to live? Very important. When we get married, where are we going to live? If we're going to live by your parents, or you're coming to live by my parents, because that seems to be the direction now that is happening due
Because
to
of economic-
inflation and economics, and so
right.
parents will say, come live with us because you could save money to buy a piece of land, and that sounds well all appealing. But you know what? The parents don't know what they're going in for. Because you trying to help your son or daughter save money, but the other person, you don't know what you're going to deal with. And love covers a multitude of sin. When people in love, at first they could tolerate and take anything. But you as an in-law don't have to put up with that in your old age.
You shouldn't.
You
You
will
should.
want to help your child, but
You
to have certain things that must be discussed. It's not a straight a case like, well, we come in and live by you, mommy, and you don't have a plan B. It has to be clearly floor rules, if you want to call it that. That is when you should have expectations. Expectations sometimes have its timing. I expect as an in-law you coming to live by me. There are certain values that I have that I would like to continue in my home.
So you think that because,
Take it
which
or
is
leave
which
it.
is the right thing, but you know what happens in a lot of cases? In a lot of cases, people are afraid. Parents sometimes are afraid to offend
Their children.
their children. They're afraid to offend someone they appear to have gravitated to from the very beginning. And therefore, they make the error of saying, okay, well, maybe this was,
Yeah.
you know, this is the way to go. I
You tell
want
yourself
to,
it
I
will
want to
blow
talk.
over.
I want to talk, but I'm restrained.
Yeah. Well, that's being stifled, eh?
Yeah, but even as a parent, you know, because you
Yes.
don't want to offend your son, you don't want to offend your daughter.
Yeah.
You
So
don't want
I
to-
think
You don't want to be blamed for their marriage failure.
that's right. So I really believe I'm speaking as an adult in-law. I'm speaking as an adult in-law,
Right. Uh-huh.
and I think that if children are coming to live by their parents, we have to sit down and talk.
I mean, we could say that now, but maybe in the early days we may not have even gone there.
Exactly.
Right? We could say that now.
Now that I am older,
Right.
and I am seeing and hearing what parents have to put up with in their home, and they didn't cater for that, I find it unfair. And sometimes, as you say, the parents biting the bullet, as the saying goes, bite the bullet, but they're really not happy.
Yeah.
So if anyone is at the crossroad at this time, having to make a decision for something like that, because I know that it is not easy for young people to start now when they're getting married, and it's going to revert to parents helping. But I will suggest that people have a very open conversation before marriage and really find out where we are going. Because things start off very nicely, relationship, yeah man, I have a daughter, it's like a daughter, and I have a son-in-law like a son, but sometimes it's short-lived. And they say, see me, come live with me, it's two different things. So I am not saying to anybody, don't help their children, mind you. At one time I
But
felt,
make things very clear.
but make things very clear.
Yeah. And
Because
have the courage to do it.
have the
You
courage
have
to
to have the courage to do
open conversation.
Yes.
You can speak
Not in any hostile manner.
not in a hostile manner.
Right.
You can speak the truth and you can say what you expect because they are coming into your home.
That's right.
They are coming into your home. And I want to say also that a husband is very torn when he has to please either his mother or his wife. Who do he please? So let us be honest with one another
Right.
and really be straightforward in what I will use the word expectation here. Yes, if you are coming in to live in my home or I am coming to live in your home, you will have to have expectations or floor rules.
Yeah.
But the other
I
aspect of
know floor rules are important, right? florals are important. You see it sometimes on little plaques on the wall, this is what we want, make up the bed, do this, do that, keep
Right.
everything in the kitchen. Florals. But actually, florals is like, to me, it's like a camp. You're running a camp. We need
Yeah,
to
well,
have,
we
need-
expect that you could have a little flexibility, Nancy.
Yes, but you really need,
You really need. If you don't like the word florals,
Yeah, we
okay,
need
take
some
for
a
instance,
kind of we need a guideline.
a guideline.
We need guidelines.
Because florals
Guidelines are
might
like-
sound too hard in the flooring.
Yes, too hard on the floor.
But guidelines. The guidelines are the guidelines of you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I expect you to tell me good morning. Because I am used to that. And if you don't tell me good morning, I will say you don't have no training.
And good manners is something that
And good manners, I grew up learning good manners.
Right.
Tell people good morning, good night, please and thank you. Please and thank you are the key words. And if I had to have someone live with me, that will be something that will matter to me. So would you call that a floor rule or a guideline?
Let's use the word guideline, that it's a softer term.
And then you need to talk.
Because we don't need to really make anybody feel that, hey, listen, man, this is more restriction than instruction.
Yeah, but at the same time too, Lancelot, if we're not living with each other, I'm not going to interfere with you about that.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's your style. But I think when people live together with each other, whether it's for 1 year or any space of time, beyond 3 months, you're no longer spending holidays.
Right.
We live in together and we have to work it out.
You have to work it out. That's the thing,
We live
work
in
it
together.
out.
You have to work it out.
Yeah.
And to work out something, you have to be honest and straightforward.
Mama, okay, it's so bright I can hardly see you now. But in there was so dark that we weren't seeing each other either.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. But we're here now. We're here in the subject,
Yeah. Yeah, so because we are coming, we're parents after living 5 years by themselves or 10 years and have got used to just a husband and wife, and suddenly hard luck to take your children and your home now have husband, wife, and maybe 3 children.
Oh, yes.
That's plenty adjustment,
Yes.
So we have to think carefully, pray about things before
And
we make decisions.
I think that young people need to respect the views of their parents, especially when their parents have had the goodwill
Yes.
to put them up.
Of course, and most time people walk away anyways,
Yeah, you walk
and
away.
that is also very sad.
Yeah, that is not right, They walk
Because-
away and they leave you holding the offense.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and that is why, Lancy, that after 54 years, I could tell you, when you wanted to go to live by your parents, I was just 18 years old. But I was honest with you to tell you, Lance, I love your parents, but I really want to live and make our life our life.
That's right.
But we compensated by visiting them.
Yes, of
You know,
course.
so
And
honesty.
they would have been very happy in the long run that, for the little liberties that they themselves had,
Yes, of course.
The little
of
freedom that
course.
they had.
Yeah, they were free to
Because
go on
if people are in your
vacation.
home, Louis, you have to learn to trust them.
Yes.
And they have to learn to trust you. So there's a lot is riding on this piece of wave here.
Yeah.
And you don't want that wave turning into a tsunami
Then
in any way.
another thing is you bring with you grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up your children in a particular style, and now we want to train them how we know you should be trained.
And remember, DNAs are real things. The
Exactly.
DNA of this person is entirely different.
This child has a different gene.
Yeah.
So nice to help, nice to have good close family life. I believe in family life, but it's important, big decisions, we have to be honest and straightforward with each other.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I think, Louise, we should go back now and get rid of some of them oranges.
Keisha, we are back home from our road trip to San Fernando. We started yesterday, ended this afternoon. We visited your parents, and your family, and we got all these lovely mangoes. Unfortunately, Dad said all the pomerancs were finished. They just all ripe and just fell. So, and we also got a barbadine. It's not yet ripe, so we still have to make juice for this. So I just need to eat this mango for you. Look at it well and think about what you're missing. So this is Zabrico, or mango cora. Whatever mango it is. Delicious.